This is a demonstration of how to use eBuddies and this session management. So let's go to your club first. Here we're on your club page, and now let's go to the session list so you can create a new session. So let's enter the date of the session and the time, and click create. And that's it. Now you have a new session, and it's ready to be used. Just click the session name, and we arrive here on the session page itself. The page is divided into different sections. On the top section here, playing now, you have all your cards. You have 4 cards by default, but you can use more or less than that. And for each card, you have the players. At the moment, there is nobody assigned, so you can only see question marks all around. In the second section, you have who will be playing next. And this is where the computer will select the next players automatically. And the third section are the players waiting to be selected. So let's say your session has just started and the players are coming to your venue. You can enter the name as they arrive. Enter the name in the text box here and click Add Player. So you can see the name has been added to the list here. And we add a female player. So to change the gender, you just click on the last icon here in the action. And the name has turned pink, which indicates that it's a lady player. We continue. Let's add 15 other players. The system recognizes players which have come to a previous session, so as you start typing here, it will suggest existing names. We now have 15 players in the waiting list, and they're all warm and ready to play. So let's ask eBuddies to create a new game for us. We click on the plus sign here under Play Next, and we have a team selected automatically. We want to assign them to the first card. Let's say we have 2 cards in our venue. And we now have Bess and Jill playing against Jess and Jody. And the computer has selected automatically the next 4 players. We assign them to the second card here. And another pair has been selected. We can see that the waiting list has been updated and only 3 players are still waiting here. So when the first game is finished, we can enter the score. Let's say Bess and Jill beat Jess and Jody 21-18. We click Finish. And when we click Finish, this team would go back to the waiting list, and the people who are in the queue for the next game will replace them on the first court. Here we are. If you're not happy with the selection made by the computer, you can simply click the drop down here to change the name of the player. So if you want Jody to be replaced by Bess. The number next to each name represents the number of games the player has played so far. So you can see that Jess has played 1 game and Jenny hasn't played any game yet. And John has not played any game yet, and Jody has played 1 game. And same here, you can see the number of games played so far in the session by those players. You can cancel one game if you made a mistake or for the reason you want to replace that game with the next selection. You just click the bin here and start next game. How does the computer select the players? So that's based on 3 factors. The first one is it tries to have balanced games, so the players have more or less the same level. So if Bob and Bill say Bob is an advanced player and Bill is a beginner, the computer will try to avoid the games when they are together on court. The second factor is the repetition. So the computer will avoid repetition of the same players on court all the time. So if, say, Jordy and Just have played together, it's unlikely they will play again during the same session. As the same the opponent. So you will have a diversity of opponents and partners during the same session. And the last factor is the number of games you have played. So the idea is every player during the session will have more or less the same number of games. So as I explained, you have the number here. You can see Jess has played 1 game, Ben has played 0. So at the end of the session, you will see that everybody will have more or less the same number next to their name. So the session remains fair for everybody. And how does the system knows about the strength of the player? Well, that's based on the score and the result. So if, say, Bert keeps winning all these games during the session, the computer will know about that, and it will increase the ranking of the player. So let's see what the computer can learn here. So we have a list of all the completed matches during the sessions. And you can see the winner and the opponents and the scores. And we have another screen here with the ranking for the current session. So Bert has won 1 game out of 1. Jill has won her 2 games. Some players haven't played any game yet. And others have only lost the single game they have played. And the computer will assign a score to all those players. So each time somebody wins a game, the global score will increase. So that's the way it learns the level of the players. The system remembers your previous wins from the last sessions. So the actual strength that it computes for each player is based on all the sessions you have played so far. There is actually a fourth condition to the way the computer selects the players, and that's based on individual preference. So let's say one player likes to play only doubles, so only ladies games, so just only wants to play ladies games. And Bart prefer to play only mixed games. So you keep clicking here, it rotates any, doubles, mixed, and so on. So the computer will remember this and will select the games accordingly. So let's try that. We enter a new score here. So next players can go on court. And we continue. We see that Bart indeed is now playing a mixed game. And Jess is still waiting for a ladies game. Now Jess is playing her ladies game here. And there is another way to express preferences with the partnership. Say Ben and Jack likes to play together, and they want to practice a few games together during the session, and so they prefer to to always play together rather than letting the computer choose a partner for them. So in the last section on this page, the partnership section, we can select Ben, who will partner with Jack. Here, and we add this pair. You can see the pair here. And from now on, they will always play together. Let's enter new scores. And we can see them playing together here. If you want to remove the partnership, you just have to click on the bin here. And that's it. And now from now on, the computer will select other partners for them. And that's it. So I hope now you understand how to use the system. It's pretty simple.